Okay, so we're finally doing this. I'm a little nervous, but like at the end of the day, like I feel like it's gonna be good. Like I'm really excited. So, hi. Hi, welcome to At Any Given Time, because at any given time I am gonna chat my shit, I'm afraid. No, that's not nice of me to say. Well, it's nice for me to say. It's not that bad for me to say. This is going to be a space to just talk, to have very open and honest conversations, because I feel like there are, let me not say that there aren't any open and honest conversations happening right now, because there are a couple, but I want to be a part of that conversation. So here I am, joining the conversation. This is going to be a space where I do talk very candidly. I'm going to be talking very candidly about issues that not only may be controversial, but also uncomfortable to hear about. So I'm going to set a few boundaries before I even start. So we are not allowing any racism, any homophobia, no xenophobia, none of the phobias. That's just not allowed around here, I'm afraid. I also don't want to hear anything, especially in my comment section, about like demonizing anyone, about their experiences. I don't want to hear anything about that, because this is an open and honest space, and I want this to continue to be an open and honest space. So if we set that boundary from now, I feel like we can then go forward from there. I'm going to start off with a topic that I am a little bit worried might not be received as well, which is controversial, I think. Just a little bit controversial, considering the fact that this is my first video episode, and I've never met you guys before, and all of a sudden I'm dragging you. But it's fine, because I'm being dragged too, and it's a safe space. Like I said, it may not feel like it at first, but I promise you it is. I promise you. So today's episode is inspired by the fact that I kind of got tired of just being sad. Like, I've been sad for so long. Oh my god. And like, I have too much stuff to do to be sad. Do you know what I mean? I have too much stuff to do to be sad. So I started to do a little bit of a deep dive. Obviously, I knew a couple of things as to why I was sad. Obviously, it was that phone. Do you know what I'm saying, guys? It is that phone. I promise you it's that phone. I promise you it's that phone. Clark it. No. I found myself in this like constant cycle of like 2 weeks of deep, dark, depressive sadness, and then 1 week where I'd be like, I need to gather myself and be okay and get my shit together, and then I'd fall back into that 2 week cycle, and it just went like that. And I realized that I'm not really that anxious. I'm just reacting to my surroundings. Like, I think everything that I experience, every bit of sadness that I've experienced, I'm not sure if that last statement made sense, but every little bit of it, things that I've like experienced, like anxiety, like the depressive cycle, I'm just reacting appropriately to what the fuck is happening around me. I feel like, and that's the title of this episode, I'm not really that anxious. Like, I'm just reacting appropriately to my surroundings. Now, let me preface this by saying, guys, I promise you, like, it's not that like I'm diminishing anyone's personal experience, and I promise you, I'm also not saying that anxiety, depression, and everything else, etc., is not real. Because trust me, Trust me, I know it's real. I'm well aware. However, I feel like with the increase in adults, especially young adults, I'm going to say young adults and older adults as well, everyone, feeling this like air of anxiety and this air of somewhat hopelessness is just a reaction to what is happening right now. Like, if you look at the current state of the political scene, don't get me started. If you look at the dating scene, blood of Jesus. If you look at our loss of community, like, I feel like all of these things come together to create not a nice society to live in. Like, this is not fun. Like, I'm not having fun here. And I'm just kind of upset because I just feel like it's like when I want to become an adult, that's when everything wants to go to pot. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I just feel like it's not fair because I thought being an adult was going to be like, I don't know, like Mean Girls or something. Well, not Mean Girls. I feel like that's a really stupid thing because they're in high school, innit? They're not adults. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like Friends? No, not like Friends. I don't know. I just thought it was going to be fun, cutesy, you know. I thought I was going to be able to just, you know, get my cheeky little degree, you know, get a cheeky little job. Maybe, perhaps find a husband, you know, and live a very happy, normal life. But the current state of everything right now, it's just too much. And like, when you look at the news and you see everything that's going on, I feel like you tend to feel quite depressed. I don't know for you, because for me, like, I've always been quite tuned in to the news. I've always been quite aware, you know. I made it my responsibility to be aware of what's going on in today's climate and everything, what's going on around me, because I feel like it's important to do so. However, like, every single time I tune into the news, I feel so drained. Like, I feel so tired. Hold on, let me clean my glasses, chair. I'm like resting this, like, the UK is so trifling. Because why is it that, like, you tease us with a little bit of sun, you know, like, I was even gonna wear shorts. Do you know how cheeky that was? I was gonna go outside, wear shorts, and it started to hail. But you were doing up 16 degrees like last week. It's part of the reason why I'm tired, because of this UK weather. And I'm being so serious. It's pathetic fallacy. Like, I would never forget pathetic fallacy. My English teacher taught us that one time, and I used that to pass my GCSEs. Like, pathetic fallacy. Are you seeing the weather? There's clouds everywhere, dreary rain. On top of that, there's nonsense going outside. The news is gone to pot. Like, men are just trifling. Women are also trifling. Everybody's trifling. Like, there's genocides galore. The fact that I'm even having to say genocides galore is crazy. Like, it is wild. It is wild. And I am so tired. Like, I cannot even begin to explain to you how tired I am of seeing just sadness, like sad news after sad news. Sad is not even the correct word, just so depressing. And all my life I've always been taught to detach. Like, the way you were taught to deal with it, I don't know about you, but I'm Nigerian. You're about to be specific. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it. And growing up, I was always taught that, well, someone's going through something harder, you know, than you. So you have to be grateful for what you have right now. And I've always practiced gratitude, always. Always, always, always. Like, you know, when you feel sad, you count how many things you're grateful for, and you say, thank you for waking me up. Thank you for the fact that I woke up this morning. Thank you for the fact that I have shelter. Thank you for the fact that I have food. Because sadly, we live in a world where people don't have those basic things. But there's only so much gratitude exercises can do. You know, like, there is only so much gratitude exercises can do. And I am sick and tired of making excuses for the way I feel. Oh, I only feel this way because, like, I'm not doing enough. Oh, I only feel this way because I'm not grateful enough. No, I feel this way because the world is shit. That's why I feel this way. I feel this way because there's too much happening. Like, and being on social media and seeing just negativity after negativity, obviously I try and filter it out. I've gotten to a point where I've tried to filter it out because it's too much. It does get too much. But like, just seeing negativity, like, and then maybe like the odd positive post, it just makes me feel so depressed. And I'll be honest, it sent me into like a spiral for like a month and a half. Like, I just felt so hopeless. It gave me this weird sense of hopelessness that nothing's gonna ever get better. I'm just stuck here as an adult, and every single projection I see is that it's gonna get worse for us, like, you know. And I'm tired, and that's okay, because I feel like you feel like you're the only one that's tired, but we are all tired. Like, trust me, we're all tired. You're not the only one. You're not the only one, because it is disgraceful out there. And I found myself in this like stream of like being depressed, sad, and all of this, that, and the third. And I just kind of stopped. Like, I stopped moving forward. I quite literally didn't leave my room for other reasons as well, other than anxiety, but I didn't leave my room. I wasn't really eating. I kind of stopped talking to people. Like, I stopped interacting with people because I started to feel like my problems were too much for everyone else around me, which is real. And I feel like if you need someone to say that your problems are never too much because you're the one experiencing them and don't know how you go through it, so your problems are never too much. And I started to detach. And I don't know about you, I'm a uni student. I quite literally do not have time to sit here and bed rot and have a daily existential crisis. Like, I quite simply don't have time. I have too many assignments due. I have to look for an internship in a climate where it's disgustingly competitive, especially if you want to go into corporate. I have to worry about what I'm going to do after uni, because apparently uni is not enough now. You have to have 20 years of experience, 3 master's degrees, and a dog that jumps and claps and shits himself when he's when he's in the air for you to get a job. Like, it is crazy out there. And for a while, I think I mentioned this earlier, for a while I started to just force myself to do what I needed to do, which is how I usually go. Do you know what I'm saying? That's how I usually do it. Like, I usually just, I'm like, okay, well, I'm sad, but there's not really much I can do about it. So I just force myself and I push myself and I do what I need to do. And then I'm like, okay, cool. I'll deal with this later. I'll deal with my feelings later. And they just keep getting pushed to the back burner. And I wasn't really acknowledging how I was feeling, which can have the opposite effect sometimes, you know, like you not acknowledging how you feel, because you expect that when you dissociate and you detach from your feelings, it makes it easier to do what you need to do in life. And for a while it does. Like, I'll be honest, for a while, like, it will help you. Like, it's really good, like, for a while. Well, not really good, but like, it's good enough for a while. you know, you do your work and you get your life sorted and everything's cool. But there's only so long you can push your feelings to the back of your mind. It's like a container, you know, your feelings are like, I don't know, like cotton or something. Even cotton at some point is gonna get pushed the corner until the container bursts. Do you get what I'm saying? Because you're not acknowledging your feelings, but you're stuffing more stuff in there. Doesn't make sense. And I started to invalidate my experiences because of what I would see on the news and what other people around me were experiencing. And it's difficult not to do that. Like, it's really difficult not to do that. It takes a lot not to do that. But in turn, you neglect your own feelings. You neglect the way that you feel, and you don't actually take the time to heal yourself. It's difficult not to invalidate my own feelings because, like, as a foundation, I was taught that I need to be more grateful for what I have around me. I need to ignore what's going on, basically ignore what's going on inside of me, because other people are going through much worse. And and seeing my parents go through so much, and seeing my friends go through a lot, and seeing other people go through a lot, I never really acknowledged the way that I felt until I really got to uni, until I was isolated and sat down and I was like, fam, like, it's a lot, man. But you cannot navigate the world by just ignoring your feelings. Like, it's not possible. You can't do that. It's not healthy, because at some point those feelings are going to manifest in resentment, in anger, in sadness, and you start to hurt the world around you. And I don't know about you, but I want the best for myself, and I want the best for my community, and I cannot be the best for myself and for my community if I don't acknowledge the fact that I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. Which is why I went to therapy. Through therapy, I realized that, like, in order for me to truly heal and navigate the shit show that is today's climate, then I have to acknowledge that it is a shit show, and that my feelings right now are a shit show, and I feel the way I do because this is what is happening around me. You know, I have to acknowledge the fact that what I went through is bad. What I've been through is bad. What you've been through is bad. You shouldn't have gone through it, whether it was just the littlest thing or the biggest thing. Yeah, you shouldn't have gone through it. You shouldn't have experienced it. I would have definitely started healing a lot earlier if I realized that this was the first step I needed to take. And it's easier said than done, because, you know, everybody's saying gratitude exercise and everything, and that you need to be grateful and no. But, like, in being grateful for what you have, you also need to recognize that this is what you're going through right now. And there are only, like I said, only so much gratitude exercises can do. You cannot keep brushing your feelings to the side just because people are going through worse. It is depressing to see all these things happen in the news. It is sad to hear that people are going through this unfair, but it's sad that you had to go through what you went through. It's not fair. It wasn't fair to me, it wasn't fair to you, it wasn't fair to any of us that we went through what we went through. And I'm going to be completely honest, I still haven't completely healed from COVID. Like, COVID was too much. And I feel like we brushed over COVID so quickly. I saw on Twitter, like, I think they must have posted that we should post our favourite memory from COVID. And I was thinking, COVID was such a traumatic time. Like, people were dying left, right and centre, couldn't even be with their loved ones, and we're posting memories. Like, let's be real. Like, we haven't even taken the time to heal. We've gone so quick. We had so much time to sit down and reflect and realize that, like, our current lifestyle, the lifestyle that we were living, the constant, was not healthy. And we've just fallen back into that rhythm again. And it's not healthy. It's not healthy. That's why we're all messed. That's why we all feel the way we do, because we've fallen back into a routine that we recognized wasn't healthy. We haven't really truly taken the time to heal from COVID. Like, COVID was flipping traumatic. I don't understand why we thought that we would be able to just move on from COVID. COVID was a shit show. But I'm here to tell you that, like, you're not alone. And this first episode is just to remind you that you are doing so well. Like, you are. Like, I know you're anxious. I know you feel depressed. And I know you're suffering. And I understand that it is difficult. I know. But you are not alone. This is a community. I want this to be a community of people who come together to talk about these things and have open and candid conversations about the way that we're feeling. Because it's difficult. I know. I think that was a very hefty first episode. It was a bit of a hefty first episode. I'm still getting the hang of this thing. It is my first time. At any given time, feel free to drop me a DM. Feel free to give me an email. And drop in the comments anything else you'd like me to talk about. Bye. So, this is Big Bear, guys. To anyone listening, you won't be able to see him, but this is Big Bear. He says hi. I've had Big Bear since I was about 3.